Before the video starts, I urge you guys to check out the sponsor of today's video, which is Tales from Sina Una, a 200-page adventure anthology set in the islands of Sina Una. It's got 10 new adventures set in a world inspired by pre-colonial Philippines, 3 new martial arts-inspired subclasses, a new player race, unique foes, spirits, monstrous beings, and giant chickens! Sina Una is a huge labor of love that I am so happy to shout out. Co-directed by my buddy Paladin, who also wrote in Libations and the original islands of Sina Una. Seriously, they're awesome and have been showing me so much about this book. It's really, really cool. Please go check it out. There's a link down below. Hi, do you need some magic items in your D&D game and you looked at this old book? Oh, look at all the dust collecting on it. What was this written 8 years ago? I don't want any of these stinky old magic items. They've been used 1 million times in all of my campaigns. How many times can I use the deck of many things before it just becomes uninteresting to my players? I need something new, something fresh, something to give them that'll just absolutely destroy any expectations I had for the end of this game. I want them to feel rewarded, but I also want me to suffer. Look no further to Homebrew. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of really good homebrew on D&D Beyond. I'm just digging through the trash and just seeing what people are coming up with. What do people want to put in their games? Who took enough time to go through the abysmal D&D Beyond homebrew creation process that feels like you're coding the website for them in order to put this into their games, or put it onto their character sheet and trick their DM and be like, no, look, it's official. See, I have this. It's real. How'd you do that? Who made these? Who's making these magic items? Like the Necronomicon of the Undead, a wondrous item, legendary, requires attunement by a sorcerer or wizard that knows necromancy spells and needs meditation. An interesting requirement in order to attune to this book. You need it. You don't have to do it, but like, you're probably, after reading the Necronomicon of the Undead, you're probably gonna need some. The Nochronomicon of the Undead has a hard skin-leathered covered book with many spells that holds the power of necromancy. The cover of the book shows a face that seems to have came from a real human, but was ripped off its head. Whoa! Calm down, ghost fears. All right, this is a lot. All right, I know it's the Necronomicon of the Undead, but a face from a real human? Origin. The Necronomicon of the Undead was made before the war between the undead and the living to outnumber the side of the living. But the book was cursed by one of the great wizards. Once the book was cursed, the book had to be sealed right away to prevent anyone to have the terrible curse. Many have tried to get the book for years, but none have passed the trial by the Necromancer, the guardian of the book. After a few years guarding the book, the Necromancer was filled with greed and took the book for himself and his desires. To regain the book, the great wizard killed him once and for all, and he has returned the book to its rightful place. What a hero, this great wizard. I'm so glad I get to know that. That's fantastic. That's about 50% of this magic item is knowing that story. So is that what the book is? It's just like a little story? You open it, and you get past that real human head that was ripped off from its body, and you get that little story. That's real neat. Powers. Hang on. So not an origin book, not a lore book. That was just the lore to me, the player and or DM upon getting this book. The Necronomicon of the Undead grants the power of summoning any number of undead creature. Okay, real simple, real right to the point. Any number of undead creature. So if I get this book and I meditate and I'm a sorcerer, I can have 1 million demi-liches, 1 million liches, and 1 million demi-liches. Seems a little overpowered. Curse! Whoever wields the book will have an eternal curse cast on them once touched. So you wield the book, you just take it, you just whack it. So the curse doesn't affect me if I wield the book like on a stick. Regardless of the fact if I ever wield the book, all right? The powers I just have, I'm not using the book. As long as I have the book and meditate and I'm a sorcerer and or wizard, I get 1 million liches. That's already on the table. If I want to whack somebody with this ripped off head book from a real human, I'll just get a stick and I'll hit people with it, avoiding the curse. The curse will not let you throw or let go of the book until you die. Well, see, that's why it's on a stick. Why would I want to get rid of it anyways? I can have 1 million liches. I'm gonna be like, anybody want this? The only way to lift this curse is when rolling a dice if you used up all the charges of the book. Hey Ghost Fears, there's no charges. Where are the charges? Maybe if I had to use a charge in order to summon an undead creature, that would make sense. Also, I don't really know what undead creature I can summon. Yeah, I think the curse is good. I don't want to lose this book, so I think I'm going to keep it on me and make sure it stays on my person at all times, because no one will ever be able to touch me at any times, because at any moment, 100 trillion, 400 trillion skeletons. How many skeletons do I need in order to create a planet? Could I create my own planet of skeletons and leave and control it all on my own? Wait, I don't control the undead. Wait. This completely changes everything. I can only summon them. It doesn't specify that I control them. I just create them. Okay, how many skeletons would I need to summon with this book in order to destroy the sun? You know that whole thing? How many lions can be thrown at the sun in order for it to not be a sun anymore? How many skeletons can I summon in order to do that? Because with this book, infinite. So I'd love to know that. That's great. You can add that to your game. It sounds pretty fun. Anime girl ring. Oh, it's a ring. It's uncommon. Requires attunement by a player putting on the ring. This ring is a small silver ring, and when Identify is cast on it, it reveals it's a ring of 3 wishes. But when a player puts it on, it tightens around their finger so it can't be removed and automatically attuned to it. While attuned, a player gains the following benefits. I hate when that happens. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, it's my wedding ring. And then sometimes it just it doesn't really tighten. It's more that my finger gets large around it. They gain a +8 to charisma to a max of 28. Ooh, that's very strong. They gain dark vision for an extra 60 feet. Well, all right. The sheer amount of leadership, coercion, deception, and force of personality that I have is unrivaled to even demigods. Also, I can see in the dark a little better, just a little further. What, flashlight? Nope. And now I have 120 feet of disadvantage on perception checks in pure darkness. Cursed! God! The ring is cursed, and anyone who attunes to it will feel a warm sensation go through their body, making them more comfortable and unwilling to part with the ring. The attuned creature becomes the size of small, their eyes get bigger and their mouths get smaller. The attuned creature becomes overjoyed and wants to hug and kiss anyone they meet. If a creature was hugged or kissed on the lips. Oh no! For more than 6 seconds, a new anime girl ring appears on the non-attuned creature's finger, attuning them to the ring and gains the curse. The attuned creature's hair grows longer. If the cursed creature is male, they become feminine. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that the notes are control, control and buff and social. Shape changer. This sounds about right. Sounds about. I don't know what to think about this at all. This is insane. But imagine that happening at the table. Just like, hey, so you have to hug and kiss everyone you meet, and if you kiss them on the lips for more than 6 seconds, you also get the item. Everybody in the world is gonna have an insane charisma score.
Horrific Infinity Slayer.
Whoa. Weapon, greatsword, legendary. You get a +5 bonus to attacks and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. All right, well, see, I'm down for +5. +5 sounds cool. You know, we really only go up to +3. It's kind of the max that we go here in D&D because it can get a little insane, and we don't want those 3.5 numbers coming back up again where I've got +30s to hits. Maybe there's some sort of negative where the player has to decide whether they want the +5 or this horrible negative. When you hit a creature with this weapon, the creature takes an extra 50 d20 slashing damage. Is this what all these are going to be? There's going to be insanely overpowered weapons? Is that all these are? I mean, at least the anime girl one was very strange. You still got +8 to charisma. It's ridiculous. Who's making these? Who went through the trouble? For the purpose of this weapon, creature refers to any creature with the any type, including commoners and unaligned creatures. Yep, that's that's how it is in the game too. The creature types of D&D: aberrations, monstrosities, oozes, humanoids, commoners. Commoners are different than humanoids. They're completely different beings, according to Flyer Lord. When you hit an object with the Infinity Slayer, the object disintegrates unless it's a magical item. Oh. If you drop this sword on the ground, does the earth just, is it just gone? Or is it just like a patch of dirt? Or is it just like the crust of the earth is gone? Or is it just everything? The ground is disintegrated. That would be a horrific Infinity Slayer. Proficiency with a greatsword allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll for any attack you make with it. Oh, good. Appreciate you adding that little bit there. It's interesting that this item can disintegrate physically anything. Anvil? Pink, destroyed. Building, gone. Turned to dust. And if a person gets hit by it, they're taking an average of 525 damage. I mean, that's fair. So if you've got like over 1,000 HP, I mean, this sword will probably kill you 2 to 3 hits. Why does it have a +5 if it's doing 50 D20 slashing damage? I like that that's where I started too. I was like, +5, that's extremely strong. Oh, it disintegrates anything and also deals hundreds of points of damage. Of course. I really want to know. I really want to know why. Because I don't want to assume anything, but every time I read these, it just... And I said this in the last one, it just feels like someone's little cousin is just like writing these up and then be like, I made a D&D magic item, look, it does 1,000 damage, and if you touch anything with it, it disintegrates. If it's a player writing it, it's understandable, but with a DM writing this, there's so many more questions. Gloves of Dexterity, oh boy, wondrous item, rare. While wearing these gloves, your dexterity score changes to 27. The item has no effect on you if your dexterity without the belt is equal to or greater than 27. Oh, it looks like somebody may have copy pasted one of those belts of giant strength, except they were like, well, why isn't there one for dexterity? I'm gonna make them gloves, but forget to change the belt part. There's a reason why there's magic items that increase a lot of strength in 5th edition, and why there's not a lot of magic items that increase dexterity. There's like 1 or 2. Maybe it's because strength affects damage from melee attacks and attack rolls and carrying capacity, and dexterity affects AC, initiative, finesse weapon attacks and damage, ranged weapon attacks and damage, the better skill checks. AK-47, okay. Used by many soldier to different places. Oh, sure was. It's up to you to decide whether a character has proficiency with a firearm. Oh, good. Thank you for specifying that. Characters in most D&D worlds have such a proficiency. During their downtime, characters can use the training rules in the player's handbook to acquire proficiency, assuming that they have enough ammunition to keep the weapons working while mastering their use. Wait, this is just, did somebody just create just an AK-47, put maybe somebody could use this in their D&D games, and then didn't specify the attack and damage here? Who made this to put it on their character sheet? Somebody made this to put it on their character sheet and then decided, I'll publish that. Maybe somebody else wants to partake in AK-47. Only if you really want to. Only some D&D games really have AK-47s in them. Death potion. Whoa. Potion. Common? This is common? Theoretically, we have death potions in our world all the time. You drink bleach, that's a bad time. That's a death potion. Only used in dire situations, as the potion kills anyone who drinks the elixir. Yeah, glad that's on the bottle. Smells and tastes like burnt rubber mixed with a dead corpse, as opposed to a live corpse. Can be added to a drink for the same effect. Oh, good. I'm glad if I add this to my little cocktail, it's gonna give it that burnt rubber and dead corpse smell. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh, oops, I'm dead. Oh, how could this happen? But, you know, actually, funnily enough, death potion, probably the most accurate item on this list. Real simple, right to the point. Common death potion. Anybody could have one of those. You pick up your drink and it smells like burnt rubber mixed with dead corpse. Do not drink it. Well, this was stupid. Hey, did you know if you reverse the ratings, there's like like some magic items made by Matthew Mercer. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna read them. I'm done. I don't want to make any more video now. God, I did my part. I read the bottom of the barrel and now I'm getting out of here. You see, in the other videos I had lessons, I at least had something I wanted to say. I wanted to be like, oh, here's how you can make this a little better. Just don't. I guess my lesson for this one, at least something, I don't know, a little positive I can add to this without just feeling like I'm punching down and dunking on a bunch of people who made stuff back in 2018, 2019 on D&D Beyond is just don't. You know, a part of the beauty of these is not having any context. I'm probably gonna go put an anime ring in my next game. I think that'd be funny.